Okay, this is a stunning track. This is track 24 at Fiery Fork Ridge, one of the very few tracks that has direct frontage on the Little Niagara River. We're going to see that in a minute here. We're looking at the east side. This track was leased out for quite some time, and this is the first I'm seeing of that little shed. I have no idea what the deal is with that. It's been quite a while that this was leased out, so that we don't know about sheds like that. A lot of times they come from kind of a rent-to-own place in one of the nearby towns, so we can't say really one thing or the other about the shed. We have no interest in the shed, so if no one claims it, then you get a shed. Okay, so now we're kind of looking westerly. You can see the Little Niagara River there, and actually a big gravel bar island that's really, really cool. To the left, to the south, looks like someone has maybe a vacation cabin or something over there. The Little Niagara is just gorgeous. It's generally very clear. It forms part of Lake of the Ozarks. This is obviously a wintertime video, which is nice. It's great to see it with no leaves on the trees, because you'll be able to tell there's really been no recent logging or anything like that. Oh, that's new, a survey map. Track 24 is what we're looking at. 1.32 acres, borders the easement road along its east side, borders the river along its west side. They've actually shown the island in the river on the survey map, so that's kind of cool. It's about, what do we got here? About 145 feet north to south. There's another map outlined in red toward the bottom. Easement trail going down to the river easement area is to the north of the property, so you have physical access to the river with this property, but you also have that easement nearby if you want to take your four-wheeler down to the river or whatnot. And in that topo map, cool. So property basically level on the east side, and we'll see that in the video. As you go westerly, you get to about the middle, and it's steep down to the water. So that's what gets you out of the flood zone, gets you a very nice view. One of the guys did walk down that at some point, and he kind of had to go from tree to tree and hold branches. And he said he really didn't want to have to walk back up, so he walked around to that easement area and came up that way. So it is steep down to the river for sure. Okay, we're looking westerly. The white truck that you see there, bottom center, is parked at the easement road at the property. So, pretty rare track. There is power on the property. It's underground, so you're covered there. Apparently, there's a drilled well that was, I guess, never hooked up. That's on the east side of the property as well. We really don't have any information about that. That's the Little Niagara. As we look to the west, it's gorgeous. And this looks like a really nice long drone video, so I think we're going to get to see a lot here. So that's exciting. Way off to the right, right about now, that's the easement road that'll take you down to the large area on the river. That's only for property owners and their guests. And there's only 25 tracts out here at Fiery Fork Ridge, so it's very private. There are property covenants in place to protect your investment. As far as if you want to build a permanent home here, it's got to be at least 600 square feet on a concrete foundation. Certainly we'll have all the covenants on the website, so you can check that out. Okay, so as we kind of fly, okay, great. As we fly westerly, you can see where it goes down. So it's maybe not a bluff, but it's pretty steep. And then you've, of course, got the Little Niagara. You've got that cool gravel island in the middle there. In the Little Niagara, you can fish. I mean, bass, all types of fish in the Little Niagara. It's popular for kayaking, for floating, for canoeing, all that good stuff. So now we're looking easterly back at the property, and off in the distance you can see the Little Niagara. That's just almost probably where it begins to form part of Lake of the Ozarks. So if this were a spring or summer video, of course these trees would be covered in leaves. This track 24, is toward the very south side of Fiery Fork Ridge, so it's extremely private. In fact, the easement road ends at the property just south of this one. And that's actually the Fiery Fork Conservation Area up there that we're looking at. There is an easement road for property owners to get to the Fiery Fork Conservation Area as well. So that's a pretty cool deal. That's over 1,000 acres of public land, which is generally open for hunting. There are trails. There are several other river access points. You can see some details on that in the listing page, I'm sure. Really special tract. I mean, just awesome to have something that has a nice high and dry building site with direct river frontage with awesome views. It's heavily wooded, so you'll probably have to thin out the timber if you want to view in the spring or the summer or the fall. But in the winter, I'm sure you can see that river with no problem at all. Having power on site is amazing. Having that drilled well in place, I mean that's pretty cool too. Like I said earlier, we don't really know anything about that. I don't even know if they ever put a pipe and a pump in it. They just had someone come and drill a well out there and capped it off. So looking down, you can see the white trees, which are big sycamores. I think sycamore is a softwood, not sure about that. But as you get up toward where it levels off, you're going to be looking probably at red oak and white oak trees. That property to the left where there's been some clearing done, that's the tract to the north. So you've got a little meadow area. I'm sure there's a setback distance off the road, but it looks like there's more than enough room to pull off and get beyond that setback distance and do some camping or whatnot. Just a stunning tract. Yep, that's awesome. Beautiful property. So that's tract 24 at Fiery Fork Ridge. If you have any questions, let us know. Again, we have no clue about that little shed. We're not going to remove it. Someone else may. If not, then it's yours, I guess. Contact us if you have any questions. Thanks.